Hello everybody. So we're back into the 40s after some crazy weather over the last 48 hours where it's just unbelievably cold. I posted a picture of all the ice that I got out of the ice bath. So I completely took out all the ice, well, most of it, all the big chunks, and then I've put and I've filled up back with water because there wasn't much water left. One thing that's really interesting to me is the difference between taking an ice bath under extreme conditions and taking it in kind of somewhat normal conditions, like you would say today. So I may chat a little bit while we're in the ice bath about that. But let's go. You guys know the drill. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Feels good. So one of the interesting things about taking the ice bath under really extreme conditions is I feel a lot of it's for show. Because the reason I say that is once you get under the water temperature is going to stay the same. It's going to be in the 30 to 32 Fahrenheit range, right? It's not going to get colder than that unless you've, artificially done something to make it colder, like you've added some salt or something like that. So the biggest challenge when you are dealing with extreme temperatures is the mindset. And I'll give you an example. When I came out and did it was negative 30 Fahrenheit, and I came out and did the ice bath. The hardest thing for me was just to simply get outside, because you're dealing with that extreme temperature and extreme conditions with the wind. But the second you jump into the ice bath, it isn't warmer. I didn't feel warmer at all. It felt like a normal ice bath to me. But you are protected by the outside conditions and the extreme conditions. My daughter's throwing a temper tantrum inside. My wife's throwing some baseballs around with the kids. Where was I? But no. So ultimately, once you get into the ice bath, it's the same as always. There's no difference. The only difference is gonna be the effect that you have in your head, and because I have my haircut hasn't been done in a long time. I've got a beard. That wasn't affecting me as it normally would if I was clean shaven and had a haircut. So I didn't feel affected by the wind in the extreme temperatures that much. Pretty much the same as I'm feeling right now, to be honest. So it puts such a large focus on the mental state of someone when you're doing something like this, because you've got to gear yourself up to get outside, and gear yourself up to expose yourself to those extreme temperatures. That was the hardest part for me, not the actual ice bath. And you see these amazing videos of people in the lakes and all of that stuff, and how cool that looks, because from a visual standpoint it's stunning, and it's this amazing feeling of being out in nature, and being exposed to the elements. But ultimately, the second you get under the water, that's it. It is exactly the same as if someone put some ice cubes in their bath at home and filled it up. There's no difference between it. It's just from a visual aspect. Even now, with the snow on the ground, it's a more striking visual than it would be if the grass was green. But it's exactly the same. There's very little difference there. So that's one of the takeaways from doing the ice bath in a really, really cold temperature, and being exposed to those, which I found really interesting, because ultimately it's exactly the same. The water temperature is the same, and you're protected by that water because that wind is not going to penetrate the water. So yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. That was a good one today.